everyone, it is time for I'm excited, for my Shower Me with Flowers Readathon TBR. So this is a readathon that happens the entire month of April. I will link the announcement video down below in the description box so you can check it out, see all the details, all the graphics, and yeah, I have my TBR finally. I just did it this morning before the video, so I have it planned out. Things might change. I might double up on prompts. You can double, triple up on prompts. I don't care. I try to make it as easy as possible for you all so we can just have fun, especially if you are a slow reader. Combine as many prompts as you can. All right, so I have my list of prompts here as I don't have my phone, so I am a paper girl. I'm sorry, but I have to use the paper once in a while. Okay, so I have my flowers, I have my books picked out. I still need to do my reading journal set up. I don't know if it's going to come out the same day as my TBR game, which is going to be on Thursday. I'm going to try, but if not, it'll come out next Tuesday. All right, so let's go ahead. Magnolia, which is the first flower, a character who is royalty. I think I was actually able to fit all three of these books into the prompts. So this is the Royal Wedding series by Rachel Hauck, and I have all three books plus the Christmas novella. I could not fit the Christmas novella into one of my prompts, but that's okay. But I was able to fit in the original three. So for a character who is royalty, obviously I'm going to choose Once Upon a Prince. I think this is the first book, if I'm not mistaken. So I'll be reading Once Upon a Prince. I mean, obviously, it's got Prince right in the title. It's got royalty. So, and this one we're following Susanna. Why is there so much traffic on this street today? I'm telling you, just because it's nice out doesn't mean you have to have a lot of traffic. Anyways, so Prince Nathaniel, he's taking an American holiday to St. Simon's Island. And he ends up meeting a woman named Susanna there. And there's sparks fly and there's romance. And I love this series. So Once Upon a Prince is definitely going on the TBR. For White Roses, it's a book with a married couple. And for that one, I'm going to choose, I was going to try to choose one of these, but I don't think there's a married couple as a main character. So for that one, I'm going to be choosing A Love Discovered by Tracie Peterson. I know for a fact this has to have some married couple, because in this book we're following a marriage of convenience. So they will get married at some point in the book, and most likely a little bit of this book is going to be with them as a married couple. So I don't think the wedding is going to be at the end of the book. If it is, then I'll have to pick another book, but I doubt it. So I'm pretty sure at least most of this book is going to be with a married couple. So this one is about a man who treks west because he's invited by one of his friends, and his wife and daughter have passed away. So he asks this particular friend for a marriage of convenience, because he finds out when he gets to Cheyenne that they only want young married couples. And so he's like, I guess I'm going to ask you to marry me as a marriage of convenience. So excited for this one. I think it's going to be great. For the Double Delight Roses, a book with a wedding. So for that one, I'm going to choose How to Catch a Prince by Rachel Hauck. I think this is book 2, I think. But this one is about an American heiress named Corinna Del Rey. And she caught her prince once. But unfortunately, he passed away. And I think we're going to have a second chance romance. And so there's got to be a wedding in here, right? Oh, look, there's a wedding couple right on the cover. There has to be a wedding. If there's not, then you really blew the cover. But I think there's going to be a wedding. So we're going to pick that one. For Sunflowers, a Fortune 400 or wealthy character, I'm going to be choosing If the Boot Fits by Karen Wetmeyer. This is the second book in the Texas Ever After series. This is a Cinderella retelling. So obviously the princess character, she is very, very wealthy, and her father is a cattle king. So most likely he's one of the most wealthiest men in Texas. So that definitely counts. So for Hydrangea, a character who is heartless or a villain. For this one, I'm going with an enemies to lovers romance, because I did say that would count, because usually one of the characters is pretty heartless, or she's been through a lot, or he's been through a lot. So I am going to go with A Noble Scheme by Rosanna M. White, because I know for a fact this is about the two characters in the first book that were really at each other's throats in the first book. I mean, you don't see it a lot, but you can definitely tell there's a lot of angst between the two characters. They were in love at some point, but like we never saw that. So like they were arguing like throughout the book, so, or didn't want to see the other one. So there's definitely some heartless feelings there, but there's definitely going to be romance coming back. Hopefully. I mean, I doubt there's not, but so we're going to read A Noble Scheme, and this is the Imposters series, which is all about spies. There's a little bit of circus themes going on in the book, but spies, circus theme, historical fiction. I think it's gonna be a great time, and the cover is gorgeous. So for Lantana, which I never heard of that flower until this readathon, Lantana, a character that goes on an adventure. And for that one, I'm going to be reading Princess Ever After by Rachel Hauck. So this one I think is going to be great, because this is about a girl named Regina, who is a small town girl who runs an auto restoration shop. And she finds out that she is a long lost princess. What bigger adventure can a girl have than finding out that she's a princess? I don't think there's anything. So this absolutely works for that, and I think it's going to be great. Ooh, and there's two people reading a book on the cover. All right, so I'm definitely going to read this one. So the next prompt is Carnations, a mother-daughter or a mother-son story. Now, I would be okay if it's a father-daughter, father-daughter, father-son story, because it's still showing parental love. So, you know, I'll let that one slide if you find one. But for that one, I'm going to be reading, which I think does have a mother-daughter relationship, and that is Stories That Bind Us by Susie Finkbeiner. I forgot her name. I don't know, because I love Susie. So, okay, this one is about a girl named Betty, and I know that, her estranged sister returns to town, and Betty finds herself taking on the care of a 5-year-old nephew, so it's a mother-son relationship. I said it could be in that form, like, it didn't have to be, like, blood relative. It could be just that similar relationship. So, yeah, I'm really excited for this one. So, in a 1960s small town, Michigan, they make an odd pair. Betty with her pink button nose and bouffant hair, Hugo with his light brown skin and large brown eyes. But more powerful than what makes them different is what they share, the heartache of an empty space in their lives. Slowly they will learn to trust one another as they discover common ground and healing through the magic of storytelling. And yes, so there's definitely going to be a like mother-daughter relationship going on there, or mother-son relationship. So I'm going to read that one. For Lincoln/Red Roses is to read a romance, and for that one I picked something quite different than I thought I was going to pick for this one. And I'm going to read of Love and Treason by Jaime Ogle. This is a retelling of Valentine, and it's during Rome AD 270 in the wake of the emperor's marriage ban. So there's a marriage ban, and there's rumors that there is one man brave enough to perform wedding ceremonies in secret, and there's got to be, of course, a romance going on. There is a daughter of a Roman jailer who will fall in love with somebody. So yes, I'm excited, and there's got to be a little bit of romance. So hopefully, because this is the book I'm choosing for that prompt. For Peonies, which is a Flawed character, I'm going to go with this series, which probably the first book, which is Brand of Light. Yeah, Brand of Light by Ronnie Kendig. And so this one has to do with a bounty hunter. So I figure bounty hunter, I mean, how more of a flawed character could you get? I mean, most bounty hunters are flawed in some way or aspect, so I'm just going to go with that. And it's a sci-fi series, so a lot of sci-fi series tend to have flawed characters. So I feel like there's got to be something in here that would work for it. So it's about a bounty hunter plagued by insecurity. There he goes. So he's plagued by his own insecurity, which means that's his own flaw. But God doesn't see that, obviously. As he tours the realm he now rules. This quiet backwater planet is not as untouched as he once thought. So this is technically book 2. I'm not going to go any farther because I just realized it's book 2. We're reading book 1 first, which I haven't read yet. And for our last prompt, which is Violets, and that is a hero who doesn't claim to be one. And I found the perfect one. I found the perfect one. For that one, we are going with Hero Debut by Angela Ruth Strong. I do not have a physical copy, but I am really excited to read this one. I read Husband Auditions. I still need to read the second book, as the third book is releasing, I think in August, I think in August. So I'm like, I really just need to get to it and read it because I loved Husband Auditions. So I have a feeling I'm going to love the other two as well. So I knew immediately that this one would work because I read the synopsis and I'm like, this is perfect. It's about a girl who she's creating a screenplay and she is trying to find the hero type for her inspiration. She finds it and I think he's a, oh, I forgot. Is he a fireman or a policeman? Anyways, either one of that. But he, right on the back of the book, says that that was a check mark against her saying that he was a hero because he didn't see himself or something like that. And I was like, bingo, that works perfectly for my readathon. So that is the last book. That's the only book that I did not have physically, except for like the first book in that sci-fi series. So we got some options. Who knows if I'll actually get to those specific ones. I could switch one out. Who knows? But those are ones that I am really hoping to get to in April. And I will have my TBR game on Thursday. So I'll see if I can sneak some of these same books in there. So these are all the books, minus one that I'm going to plan on reading for the readathon. I think it's going to be a fantastic reading month. I really do. I've been able to put in books that I know I'm going to love. The Princess series by Rachel Hauck is actually going to be a reread since I loved it so much. I did want to read it again. So I'm putting on a reread. Who am I this month? So I actually think I have another reread happening, but I think it's going to be a great month. Before I forget, I almost did. The buddy read for the readathon is What Happens Next by Christina Suzanne Nelson. This is a mystery, which I was really surprised this won because I thought the romance by Rachel Hauck was going to win. It was close, but this one definitely won the battle of the books. So this one is about a woman who's a podcaster and she ends up having to spotlight her childhood best friend's missing person case. So we'll see some secrets being revealed, a good mystery, because I've heard good things about this book. So very, very excited to be able to put this one into the TBR. Even though it did not fit any of the prompts, I realized that going in, I'm like, does this fit any of the prompts? It could fit a character who goes on an adventure. I feel like that might fit. But other than that, I really don't think it fits anything. If it fits any other prompts, let me know and let others know down in the comments. All right, back to the video. Let me know what you're reading for the readathon. If you're having struggles finding a book for a certain prompt, let me know and I will be happy to help you find a book that might fit, that you will enjoy, hopefully. All right, so I hope you all have a wonderful day and I will see you all in the next video.